Alright, welcome back everyone. My name is Vinovi. Today we'll be flying out the Hunter F.58. It gets 430mm cannons, 2 AIM-9J equivalents, and some dumb bombs and some guided AGMs. I'll throw up the ordnance card up on screen here, and you guys can see all what it gets. I'm pretty sure it also gets ground rockets. There it is. Yep, it gets rockets, drop tanks, all the way up to 450 kilogram bombs, and AIM-9J equivalents, and some guided AGMs. With that being said, let's hop right into our first match. Alright, here we are in our first match. As you can see, there's an F8 U2 below me. I dive down for him. I pop my air brake so I don't overshoot. And then I kind of just slide in on a 6 from like 2 kilometers in the air. And here I am, I'm about 3 kilometers away. I fire the missile, and he's not paying attention, so that's going to hit him. Then I decide to go after this AV-8A, roll to the left so I can go ahead and get right behind him. I overshoot a bit, so I pop my air brake, drop my throttle to 0 so I can try and get right back behind him. And as I do, this teammate that I have, the Su-25K, goes ahead and shoots an R60, and it slams into the AV-8, killing him. So I'm fed up with that, and then I go and I kill this light pillbox while I'm looking for more targets, and then I see an F5 after my teammate. So I kill the light pillbox, and then I decide to go help my teammate. Knowing that an F5 will turn better than me, I kind of hesitate and pull away a bit, but I know my teammate needs help, so I decide to go after the F5. And then a second one comes out of nowhere, so I decide to go for that little second one that came out of nowhere, and then I wasn't going to pitch up for the F5 above me, and then I do, and that was a great decision because he still has no idea that I am there, and then I'm able to lock him up and fire a missile at him, and he's not paying attention either. He's tunnel vision, so then that just slams right into him. Alright, this still the same match here. There's an AV-8 about 3 kilometers away. I'm going to go and try and go after him. He's rapidly flaring because he doesn't want to get killed, obviously. He pitches up, I pitch up too, I go to roll to the right, and I cannot turn nearly enough. That's a con about the Hunter F.58. It's a good plane, but it cannot turn very well. So my teammate manages to damage him, cuts off his rudder and his elevator a bit, and his engine is also damaged. So I'm shooting some shots here. Obviously I can't make them because none of them hit, but he is still running away from me. Now I would have fired a missile here had I had one, but I had used both of them on that F8U and that F5C. So I don't have any missiles right now, but I'm rapidly catching up. The reason for that is because his engine is damaged. So as I'm going towards this AV-8A Harrier, he's flaring, but I'm going to keep leading a little bit so I can get my shots on target. So here we are. I can't get my shots on target. He rolls to the right, goes right in front of my guns. I get the kill. And that's the end of that match. Alright, here we are in the next match. We have the same map, but we got into a down tier this time. We're in about a 9-3-9-0 match. It's not a full down tier to 8-7, I wish, but it was not. It was about a 9-0 match. And as you can see, there are Key 200s, an F-104, and some F-86s. So I'm going to start going for this F-86 here. I know that it's the F-40, which means it doesn't have any flares, but it's got AIM-9Bs, so I just want to make sure I stay away from it. I do end up going for it. I was about 3 kilometers away, and I was about ready to lock it up with a missile, and then it died to that other Hunter. So then I decided to go for this F-86 right here. I go ahead and lock him up with a missile, fire it. It's going to hit him because he doesn't have any flares, and he did not try to maneuver away from it. And it does pull at least like 18 Gs, so there was no way he could get out of that. So then here's this A4E. I'm going to go ahead and lock him up with a missile, fire it, and it's not going to end up hitting because he does in fact have flares. Then I'm going to go for guns, and this does actually end up working, as you'll see in this clip here. He tries to roll away from me, and I get close enough, and I could maneuver, and my guns just hit him, and I pilot sniped his plane. And that's the end of the match. Alright, heading into our next match here, I have an F-105 selected, and there's an F-8U too above me. So I'm actually going to head for this F-105 over here, because he is a flareless plane, and these missiles would be perfect for that. So I'm going to kind of slide in behind him. I miss all my shots there, and here I go. I'm going to go ahead and pull back up so I can get to him. I start aiming my missile, and another hunter actually completely steals that kill. So I could not get that. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to turn back around here, and then I'm going to go fly back towards everybody so I can get some more kills. And I spot some A-10s. Now I'm going to jump cut this part to where I'm at the A-10s because they are very far away. Alright, here we are. There's a couple A-10s here. We're heading towards them. There's this one 5 kilometers away. Now I'm going to actually go ahead and go towards this A-10, and then I'm going to go head on with him. Now in this head on, he wins, I get a crit on him, and then that is the end of that match. Alright, here we are in our second to last match. We are actually on the new shotcut map. I actually kind of like this map, but I've been getting it way too much, so it's been getting really annoying. Now, I'm checking the stat board for whatever reason. Anyways, there's an AVA over to my left, who I'm actually going to be going after. There was an F4C down there, as you can see. So I'm going to actually end up going after the F4C. Pop my air brake so I don't overshoot. I get ready to launch a missile because the F4C is actually flareless, but I get close enough to use my guns, and then I kill the F4, and then I lose control and I crash, and that's the end of that match. I know, very sad. Alright, here we are in our second to last match. There is currently an F-104 climbing. Keep that in mind because he is going to be trying to come after me later. Then I spot an F3 and an AV-8. Now I'm going to go after this F3, and he's about 7 kilometers out, and he is actually flareless, but he carries the lowest BR AIM-7s you'll find, the AIM-7Cs, but I don't think he has equipped. He gets critted by my teammate. I go and I try and shoot him. I miss every shot in the book. I turn right back around to go and shoot him, and since this thing, the hunter, keeps all of its energy but none of its maneuverability, I'm not able to get there in time, and my teammate shoots him down. And then that F-104 from earlier, I decide to go after him. Now that is either the F-104A or C, I'm not quite sure, but I believe it's the A at this BR, which means he is flareless. The C also does not have any flares, but then I also spot a Harrier that is to my left a little bit. Now keep in mind, that is the Harrier GR1, which means it has SRAMs but no flares. He decides he wants to go head on with me, and so I move out of the way. I didn't shoot any shots at all, but I moved out of the way before his shots could connect to my plane. Then I decide to turn right back around so I can go and get him. Now he's around 3 kilometers away, and he is like 0.6 Mach faster than me, or something like that. So I decide to go right back towards to come get him. I go ahead and shoot some shots. I miss a lot of them, but one of them hits, and I managed to crit him. So with that, I decided to turn right back around again, so then I could go ahead and fight him one last time and get the kill. Now that SU-7, I thought he was going for the Harrier, and then there's that F-104. I was talking about how he would come back and get me. That's what he was trying to do there. So I shoot a missile on that GR1, and since it doesn't have any flares, he's dead. Now I decide to go after the F-104. I go ahead and I pitch down, but that wasn't really the greatest because he tries to come and get me again. So I maneuver out of the way, and I'm not sure why I thought I could take this F-104. He has a 20mm rotary cannon, which is pretty crazy. Even though I have 430mm, that Vulcan would still absolutely destroy this plane. So I decide to pitch back up and loop around to come get him, but he's just running away, and he's way faster than I could ever be. So I try shooting this missile at him, and since he's way out of range of it, he's like 3.5 kilometers away when I shot it, he's just going to outrun that missile, because with the recent updates on missile drag, he's just going to drag that missile out of all of its energy and it's not going to be able to hit him. So I fly right back towards the battlefield, and as you can see, that missile exploded right there. I fly back towards the battlefield, and then I spot that Sagittario 2. And the thing with that Sagittario 2 is that it has better maneuverability than I do. So I decided I was going to go try and kill it. Not sure why I thought this was a great idea, but apparently it was. Because as I get closer towards him, you can see he pitches up. I was still going for this F-86 at the time, and then there's this Mystere IVA, which tries to kill me later. You'll see that, because that's right after I kill that Sagittario 2. I turn right back around. He's trying to shoot me. I pitch up, which is probably the best thing I could have done there. And I pitch right back down, trying to get him. I cannot pop my combat flaps here because otherwise he will kill me. So I just keep kind of trying to pitch down and then come back up. And then you'll see that Sagittario 2 is low, and then that's when I knew that I could go and kill him. So I decided to go after him instead of the Mystere, because the Mystere is currently focused on my teammate, that MiG-15. And then he notices that I'm behind him and keeps running. Now this Sagittario 2 must be blind or something, because he has no idea that I am there. And I go ahead and I just come right towards and pop my air brake, and I laser him right out of the sky. Now after I've done that, I decide that I want to go kill that Mystere, and this was probably the worst decision I could have made of this game, because I kind of forgot that the Mystere IVA, it has better flight performance than I do. It can turn way better than I could, and its guns probably hit harder than mine do, because you'll see that those guns are very powerful. There's one guy left, and it was the Mystere, and so I'm going after him. I'm faster than he is, but you'll see here that speed does not matter over maneuverability. I try to shoot him a bit. My shots completely miss because I don't aim that good. So I try to maneuver towards him. He's doing some maneuvers. I cannot keep up with him. So I pitch up, go down towards him. I probably could have gotten some shots here if I could have maneuvered better. But like I said, this thing turns like a brick, but it holds its energy really good. So I undid my air brake, I full throttled, and there it is. He'd absolutely destroyed my plane there. And then that's the end of that match. Alright, and with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment what you want to see next, and I do have a Discord. I'll go ahead and link it down in the description. Make sure you join that. We need as many members as we can get. I'll see you guys in the next one.